Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a model of the cosmos that might just blow your mind. Seriously. We're going to look at a vision of reality that goes from the insane speeds of our own galaxy all the way to infinite planes of existence. All right, to kick things off, let me ask you something that seems simple, but the answer is anything but. How fast are you moving right now? I mean, you probably feel like you're sitting still, right? But oh boy, you are on one heck of a journey through space. Okay. Just look at these numbers. They're staggering. Right now, you and I on this little planet Earth are whipping around the sun at over 107,000 kilometers an hour. But hold on, zoom out a bit. Our entire solar system, it's circling the galaxy at almost 800,000 kilometers per hour. And the galaxy itself, get this, it's hurtling through the universe at over 2 million kilometers per hour. The main thing to get here is that we are in constant, multi-layered, super high-speed motion. All the time. So those crazy speeds give you a little taste of the scale we're talking about. But according to the model we're digging into, that's just the warm-up act. The real scale of the cosmos is, well, it's pretty much beyond what we can wrap our heads around. It all starts with the idea of not just one universe, but an infinite number of them. And the source material puts this in a really powerful way. It says, there are as many universes as there are grains of sand on a shore. Just let that sink in for a second. It's not about our one universe. It's about a never-ending sea of them, each one a tiny grain of sand on all the beaches in the entire world. Wow. Yeah, so we're talking endless universes. But the model we're exploring goes even deeper. It suggests they aren't just a random jumble. No, they're actually organized into these even larger structures, called G1 all the way through G17, or Great Universes. So it's like there's a nested, almost Russian doll-like structure to infinity itself. Okay, so we have infinite universes. Mind-boggling, right? But what if all of that, all those physical stars and galaxies, is just one layer of reality? What if it's just the tip of the iceberg? Well, the source we're looking at says that's exactly the case, that there are whole other worlds existing just beyond what our physical senses can pick up. So first up, we've got the layer we all know and love, the Stula Prapancham, which basically means the gross world. This is our physical reality. It's everything you can see, hear, touch. The chair you're sitting on, the screen you're looking at, that's the gross world. Simple enough.
But then, beyond our physical world, there's the Sukshma Prapancham, or the subtle world. And you're not going to believe the scale of this. The source describes this realm as billions of trillions of times larger than our own. It's a dimension of existence so incredibly vast and fine-tuned that our entire physical universe would just be like a single speck of dust inside of it. I mean, how do you even picture that?
And finally, at the very top of this little hierarchy, you have the Karna Prapancham, or the causal world. And just like the name says, this is the source realm, the cause. It's the origin point where both the subtle and the gross worlds are said to come from. So this whole layered reality isn't just organized by how dense or subtle it is. There's also a kind of governance structure. The model describes what you could call a cosmic chain of command, where each level of creation has its own designated, well, owner or governor. And the structure is super clear. It's very hierarchical. So at the smallest scale we're talking about here, a single solar system, a Brahmandam, is governed by a being called Shiva. Then you go up a level. A galaxy, a Mahabrahmandam, which has countless solar systems inside it, is governed by Mahashiva. And then the whole shebang, an entire universe, a Paramahabrahmandam, is governed from its center by Paramahashiva. See the pattern? It's a clear ladder of command. All right, so to really understand how this multiverse is put together, the model gives us a totally unique way to measure things. It's not about physical size or distance. Nope, it's about something way more fundamental, creative power. And this unit is called a kala. A kala basically represents the creative juice, the power of the source or the author who created that reality. You can almost think of it like the voltage of a battery. It's a measure of the raw creative potential that a reality was born with. So here's how it applies to us. According to this model, our multiverse is a 100-kala reality. It's got 100 units of creative power. But it's not alone. It exists right alongside countless other 100-kala multiverses. And where do they all come from? Well, they're said to have originated from a higher 101-kala author or source. So you get this nested reality where infinite lower power creations exist inside a single higher power one. Okay, now this is where things get really interesting, because this is where our own reality becomes a special case. According to this model, our specific multiverse, it's not like the others. Something happened to it. It went through this unique, really dramatic transformation that completely sets it apart. So the source claims our multiverse had, you could call it, a cosmic fall from grace. It started out with that 100-kala creative potential, just like all the others. But then, because of a slow, gradual decline in its energy, it didn't just drop to zero. It fell all the way to a negative 100-kala state. And this huge energy loss is supposedly the reason it transformed from a subtle, energetic reality into the dense, physical world we live in today. And that fall is what makes our reality totally unique. While all those other multiverses are still in their subtle state, made of just a few refined elements, ours degraded into the 5 dense physical elements we know. And here's the real kicker. The model claims ours is the only multiverse that's trapped in this relentless, endless cycle of birth and death. Ultimately, what this source is painting is a picture of a cosmos that is just boundless, incredibly complex, and truly exceptional. The phrase you see here translates to something like, this universe is beyond limitless and extraordinary. And that just perfectly captures the whole idea. A reality that's so much grander and more intricate than we could ever typically imagine. And, that really just leaves us with a final thought to chew on. If this model of reality were true, with all its infinite layers, its cosmic hierarchies, and our own uniquely fallen state, what would that suggest about our place in it all? What would that say about the true nature of our own existence?